Just another day documenting my journey as a founder building an 8-figure business. As per usual, great sunset happening here in Kulangara on the Go-Go's. Last night I came across this piece of content that was breaking down two very interesting stories that truly break down what it means to be world class. The first one was Tiger Woods once was given a few golf clubs. It seems like by Nike, I believe, and essentially they were just trying to get something happening for him, and they told him like, hey, just let us know which one is the one that you like the most, and we'll send you more of those. So he started testing them, and he realized that one of the golf clubs was heavier than the other ones, and he told them like, hey, I like the one that is heavier. And they were like, what do you mean, dude? They all weighed the same. We made them all exactly weigh the same. And he's like, no, there's one that weighs more. And they were like, what are you talking about? They were all the same. So he insisted that one weighed more and that he wanted that one. So they go and check with the guys that built the thing, the engineers or whoever that was, and turns out it actually weighed like an extra gram or some shit like that, because the guy put a little bit more glue compared to the other ones on a specific part of the golf club. And he noticed. Why? Because he's such a master at his craft that he, by simply grabbing the golf club that he's extremely familiar with, he knew something was off, that it was different. Then the piece of content went into giving an example of Kobe Bryant, where he was basically came to this court and he started doing some shooting, and he noticed that he was missing more than usual. And he was like, nah, there's something off here. And he told the guys of the court, like, hey, go and check the hoop. There's something off with him. They're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, go and check the hoop. There's something off. They go and check the thing. And turns out there was something wrong with it. In fact, the hoop was like 1 centimeter off of where it needed to be in height, which meant that he wasn't scoring as per usual because it was 1 centimeter off, and he's so fucking dialed in that 1 centimeter will make a drastic difference to his performance. So he knew. Imagine that level of greatness, that he's like, it's not me, it's not my shooting, it's the fucking hoop that is 1 centimeter off. Man, and it was such a perfect example of what it means to be world class, of truly taking your craft seriously when you're trying to be one of the best, if not the best in the world at it. And that's the level of obsession that I have with what I do, with content, with our clients, with vibes, with what we do. And I take that very seriously across everything that we do. And that's something that I'm like, man, how do I instill this level of obsession on my team? And to be honest, I don't know if this is why I'm the founder, or this is just a founder's thing, that we just have this thing where we're super obsessed, and to a point where you see all these small things and you just get triggered and you just want to fix them, and you just want to make sure that people see them and they know you deeply, because you know, like, hey, we're not being world class if we don't get this one thing right. And a perfect example of that took place today, where there was an email sent yesterday by one of our clients. And we don't communicate with clients by email, we do it through Slack, but every now and then someone will send a fucking email on something. And with this particular client, we have like a revenue share and a bunch of stuff happening. So we have a lot of stuff happening with him. And he was just forwarding an email of an opportunity that basically arose, and we didn't respond on the same day. It was less than 24 hours, but I don't give a fuck. We should be responding literally as soon as we saw the email. Why not? Why don't we get that first of all out of the way? But second of all, then the client had to basically respond to the person. It's a bit complicated to explain the entire thing, but basically the client went on and responded because they realized like, oh, we haven't got back to this person, and the person already responded back to the email. So I told my team like, guys, we need to be on top of this shit. We can't not respond to an email that was super easy to respond. But second of all, now our client had to go and respond to the thing. So obviously I know it's a small thing, but I know like high level people, they get annoyed by this shit. So why not respond? And we come across as super professionals, and that we got our shit together, and that we are super sharp when it comes to communication. There's another example that took place, can't even remember at this point, but it's across all these little details that, yeah, I just want to really pass on this fire and obsession to my team, which by the way, I have an incredible team. It's not a dig at my team or anything like that. Like they're fucking awesome. But yeah, I've got to be more patient with my team in general, because yeah, I don't know that they will ever actually have the level of obsession that I have, or the level of care. So yeah, it's just something that I realized that as a founder, and and this could be just a meeting. Like I'm just really aiming to be world class and being so obsessed with all these tiny details. So yeah, I keep trying to figure out how do I install this level of obsession on my team, but they're also freaking awesome too. So can't even really complain about this stuff really. Another thing that happened yesterday was that my cleaners upsold me into basically doing more work for me, which meant that they now are doing my gardening. And it was such a good lesson on to, you can't get an upsell unless you ask for it. And it was that simple. I was just working, they came to clean the office, and suddenly she came to me and she's like, because we have a little garden in the back of our studio, and she's like, hey, did you notice that your garden needs a little bit of care and so on? And I'm like, not really. And she's like, we can do that for you. And Peter, because there's two of them, it's a couple, Lucy and Peter. She's like, Peter really loves gardening and all stuff. They're super sweet people. They've been doing the cleaning of my office space and my home for like 2 years now. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure, do it. And guess what? I don't give a fuck about the fucking garden. I couldn't care less about the goddamn garden. But she said it so nicely, and she really just wanted to help me. And ultimately, yeah, it's a part of the office. So we better get it right, because clients come to it, and even though they don't hang out in the fucking little yard that we have in the back, it's still a part of our environment. And it should be world class. So as soon as she made me aware of that issue, I was like, you know what? Yep, fuck it. Take care of it. I didn't even fucking ask how much they were going to charge me for it. I didn't care. I was just like I literally told her, hey, look, to be fully honest, I don't give a fuck about the garden, but I also probably won't take care of it. So you guys are going to do a much better job as well than myself or anyone else. So yeah, sure, go ahead and do it, because yeah, why not? So she went and did it. And then as she was just talking, I was like, you know what? On top of that, we also have a little garden that you guys haven't seen, because it's underneath the house, that we are required by our real estate to actually maintain underneath the fence size. And that's something that in the past we have forgot to do, and I haven't done really in like fucking I don't even know, like 6+ months or something. I don't have time for that stuff. And look, it takes a couple minutes to do it, but I don't want to do it. My time is way more valuable than doing fucking gardening or chopping some plants. So as soon as she said that, I was like, you know what? We also have this little garden at home. Do you guys want to do that too? And she was like, yeah, we'll do that. So the following day, they showed up and fucking cleaned the garden of the studio and the office and my home. And yeah, they upsold me. And I was happy to pay for that upsell. And the lesson here is that you can't get an upsell unless you ask for it. But second of all, in order to get the upsell, you need to find more problems that your dream customers have that you can solve for them. And sometimes, which was kind of like a realization out of this, is not stuff that they are even aware that they need or that they even want. But because you might be saving them time, protecting their time, letting them focus on more revenue driven actions, which was the example of this. It's not that I care about the fucking garden, couldn't care less. I could have paid someone else, but first of all, am I gonna find the time to go and look for a gardener? Am I gonna put my team to go and find a gardener? No. So these people I already trust. So it's easier for me to want to give them money. So that's the thing. You need to find things, problems that are meaningful to your dream customer, because sometimes it's not directly the problem, it's what is created by the problem, which is exactly this example. I don't care about the garden, but the garden needs to be taken care of by someone. And that's not gonna be me because my time is valuable. So the solution is I need someone to take care of the garden so I can protect my time, even though the garden doesn't fucking make me money. So they got the upsell. I was happy to pay for it. I trust them already because I'm a customer and they do great work for me. And I've been working with them for a long time now. So it was easy money for them, easy deal. I was a lay down deal and I'm a great client to them. So yeah, it was a win-win for everyone. So if you want to get upsells, you have to ask for them. But before you ask for them, find meaningful problems that you can solve on top of what you already do for your customers. And what's funny is because they did the garden now, in my mind I was like, fuck, maybe they can also cook and maybe they can do other stuff. So I was like, hey, would you do more stuff? And she's like, yeah, of course. So I'm like, I'll probably put my cleaners to do more shit, which is great. So yeah, great lesson there. I also finally went today to have a look at my chest because I don't know if I ever shared this on any of the past diary vlogs, but I had a tear last year, like 6 months ago, of my chest that also was connected to my bicep. Don't worry, I still have some guns. But yeah, it was pretty fucking bad to the point now that I don't even know if this thing needs surgery. I never really got an MRI, which I was supposed to get. I went to a physio, but then I got the exercises. I got started on the rehab and whatnot, but then we went to Italy, came back. I've been busy. I haven't looked at it. I just kept training carefully, and I've been building myself up, but it's at a point now that it's still not healed. It's been like fucking 6 months. So I went to a physio today, finally, to get it done, to get it checked, and got more exercises. Need to still go to do the freaking MRI. But one thing was that I was trying to find another physio because I wasn't really stoked with the last physio that I went to. And I wanted someone more professional, more of an expert. And I went online, and man, it was unreal. Pretty much every single fucking physiotherapist around here barely post online. So I was like, man, you don't have any content. How can I trust you? I don't care what you have on your website and all this shit. All of that is fucking made up. It's just whatever. You put that shit on ChatGPT. None of them have content, and I was like, man, how do I know who do I buy from? So that took way longer than expected. It also solidified that what we do for businesses, man, is fucking crucial. How many deals have they lost because they're not making content? It's like, guys, get your shit together. And ultimately, the one I ended up going to, I went to them because they just had a nice space. That was it. Because I was, well, at least their space looks professional, but are they really better? Of course, I check reviews and shit, but like they all have Google reviews. That's it. Crazy. Some of the niches, industries, man, they are really just behind. And if I was a physiotherapist, I'll fucking take over that niche. Just because none of them are making content, so none of them come across as a real expert. So I just thought that was unbelievable. But yeah, got this physiotherapist, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, my chest will get better this year. I'm keen to get back into jiu-jitsu. And other than that, we wrapped up the day. And I'm so happy for this because I was really annoyed with some little shit that happened with that email of the client that happened at the very end of the day. So it's just having that discussion with my team of what it means when you make a mistake. I'll probably cover that on tomorrow's diary of note, the mistakes, the consequences. But I left home and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do my vlog, and then I got a call from my team just saying like, hey, look at this video that we posted yesterday from a client, one of our podcast partners, a YouTube video that has gotten 13,000 views on YouTube in just under 24 hours. And he has gained hundreds of subscribers from it, which is really awesome. Man, I love when we get that kind of results for clients. It's freaking cool. And it's only the first days of Jan. We're going big. 2026 is going to be incredible.